Today I picked some seed heads from my garden and I thought I'd show you how I pull them apart. So whenever I collect them, I make sure I collect the seed head. It's been in an organza bag and it's got its tag here. Then I bring it home, and what I like to do is pick it at this stage. It's 4 to 6 weeks old. It's got a black tip like this. The seed head is nice and closed up like this. It's kind of a grassy, yellowy, kind of greeny color there. And I can tell it feels firm too to touch, and I think there's seed in here. So you don't really know, and I'll probably show you today quite a few that have 0 seed, just because that's what I get quite a bit. So I just pull a little bit off like that, and I do have some seed here. So those are dahlia seeds right there. The rest of this that looks like it could be a seed is not. So that's just the extra parts that kind of protect the seed in the seed head. But these are dahlia seeds. And what you're hoping is they are a dark color like this, kind of a dark gray to black. That is a good color. I like to check through these extra little pieces once I'm done. I kind of sprinkle them around because sometimes there's a seed hidden inside like this one. So this seed head is going to have quite a few seeds. This is unusual, as this is a size dahlia. I usually get, if I'm lucky, 1 or 2 seeds. So this is really great. I'm happy about this, very happy about this. So yeah, I just hold it and kind of work my way through this and pull the seeds out just like that. And then, whoops, then I check it again to see if there's a seed hidden in there. And so that's a seed head. I like picking them, taking the seed out when the seed head is green like this. I'm going to finish this in a little bit, but sometimes you catch your seed heads once they've really dried out. So this one really dried out, and some varieties are more likely to dry out. In fact, this one's drying out so much that the seeds are almost falling out. So what I would do with this, another one just fell out, is I just kind of crinkle it like this and dump all the parts of the seed head out. And then you have to kind of sift through them. And again, you're looking for, these are the dahlia seeds here. So they're dark like this, and you can see it's kind of hard to see. If you look in here, I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a seed that looks like that. So just kind of drop it, and then you can usually see a seed. Sometimes they're attached to part of the old petal, like this one here, and you can just pop it out. So I would go through here carefully, because the seeds, look like the brown parts of the seed head, and so I'm kind of carefully going through. And here's a couple more here. So I usually just put it onto the tag so that I know that I have, here's another one, so that I keep everything straight, because you don't want to get things mixed up. So that's, if the seed head is this dry, that's what you want to do. You want to go through it like that and check. And this one I might need to go through another time and check it. So the reason I like, again, to grab them when they're green like this is you can grab a section like this and just kind of peel it back, and it's a little easier to see the seed. Once you get to the layer where the seed is, you can just pop it out quickly like that. It's a little easier to see, and so this is how I like to take it out. Also, sometimes if the seed head is dries out, and sometimes it starts to mold or rot, and so I like to get my seeds out before that starts happening. So again, I like it best that way, but a lot of times the seed heads are really dry. Here's another one that's very dry. We can just crinkle it like this and wiggle it and see if we have any seed. I see a couple seed here, 1 seed so far. So this was hand pollinated, so I'm not going to expect to have a ton of seed usually. With hand pollination, you get quite a few less seed than you would open pollination, but I know all the genetics that are in these seeds, and I like that. So if I want to make this cross again, I will know exactly what I have. So I just wanted to show you that again. I'm going to go to some of these small ones. These are all pond dahlias. So once they dry, this is what they dry down to. And when I'm pollinating these, there's literally one or two, usually just one or two stigma in there, which means I could only at best get one or two seed out of here. And mostly I get 0 seed, and this is a 0 seed. And again, here's another seed head, and I bet this is a 0 too. It's just so hard to get seed out of these ponds, especially when you're hand pollinating. You only visit it maybe 3 times with pollen, and if you're not exactly there with the pollen at the right time, you won't get a seed. Plus, there's only, like I said, one stigma in there. A lot of times, maybe 2 or 3. So I'm just looking through the parts of the seed head, and I don't see any seed in there. And here's my last one. So that I did 4 hand pollinations on these, which is a lot of work, and I didn't get anything. But you know, that's the way it is with hybridizing. Sometimes is you just don't get anything. So that was a big 0. So I also wanted to show you if you cut your bloom off too soon. So this one was pulled off. I pulled this one off today, but it had only been on the plant from pollination. Since I pollinated it had only been a week. And you can see what happens with this seed here. If you, so the seed is maturing. That's a really good sign. It feels a little firm, but this really light color is not a good sign. You really want them to be much darker than that. It might be even kind of flexible, and that's kind of not what you're looking for. So, you know, I think the hard part is being patient and leaving it on the plant for a good 4 to 6 weeks. If you were going to have a super heavy rain or a freeze and you thought your seeds would die, I would pull this out and see if you could germinate it next year. So I'm going to just end with this big seed head here. I'm not sure if it will have any seed in it or not, but we'll give it a go and see. So I like it when it's kind of still green. I pull this out. This is 4 to 6 weeks past pollination. And you can see in here, there are a lot of immature seeds that are never going to develop. And so if you are thinking that that's a good seed to save, that's not. It needs to be darker. It needs to be longer. And let's see if I can get one out of here and compare them. So far I haven't found a good mature seed. So I'm going to look through here. Again, a lot of immature seeds that are never going to mature. They didn't get pollinated. And I'm kind of looking through here to see if I have any, and I don't see any there. So let's keep going. Sometimes one side of your seed head will have seed, even though the other side doesn't. So you want to check them all, check all these. And I'm looking for something dark, so I can kind of tell that there's nothing here as well. And I'm going to go here to this little spot here and see if I can find any mature seed. And there's no mature seed in there.
Maybe
so this is
you can compare it to one of those mature seeds.
Oh yeah. So here's what a mature seed looks like, and here's an immature, not fully developed seed. So they go from very, very short to they sort of start out like this as an immature. Then if they get pollinated, they start to grow. It looks like this one sort of started to grow, but it stopped growing with that white tip. It stopped growing, and then here it is fully mature. So you can see those are sort of the different aspects of seed heads and what you might find in your garden. Have a good day.